Welcome back to another edition of the Rally Cap podcast. I'm Zach Fries, alongside my partner, my cohort, my fellow baseball and football lover, Elliot Rearing. Elliot, I think we start with the biggest news of
Here we
biggest
go. Here
day.
we go. Go ahead. Let's hear it.
John
This is my
Moro-
favorite part of the show. Here we go. What do we
John
got?
Mor- John Morosi's reporting that sometimes in order to go forward,
Mm-hmm.
you got to go back. The
Yeah.
Reds are showing interest in having a
Yeah.
reunion with Johnny Cueto.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cueto's going to be 37.
Yep.
Had a pretty solid year last year. Would that get you back? Would that bring you back? Would that?
Yeah. I'm gonna say so. I'm gonna go off a little bit real quick. I want Johnny Cueto here. I think it's beneficial to have Johnny Cueto here. I think he's a great baseball player. Last year, he proved that he can pitch at an efficient level. He's going to give you 5 innings. He's not going to strike out anybody, but he's going to get you maybe one-run baseball. He's going to do his job. He's going to do it well. Here's some of the issue I have. Uh, Johnny Cueto at this point in his career means nothing really. So this team, in essence, also means nothing. So it's kind of a perfect match. I the Reds are making this move for PR, and I said I would like them to not do it after the Mike Minor thing went down, but this is a PR signing. I want Johnny Cueto here. So if they made this move, it's a good move. He pitches at an efficient level. He's probably not going to be too expensive. He's going to go 5 innings. He's not going to strike out anybody, but he's going to keep you in ball games. This is for the fans. This is so they can put Johnny Cueto Funko Pop night.
Yep.
They can do it. They can sell his jersey. It'll be the number one sold jersey. This is a PR signing if there ever was one. It's not to win baseball games. It's to appease the fans who they've shit on for this long.
Yeah, I mean the signing's not official. It's not. It's just an interest as of now. I think it was speculated last year whether they'd sign Johnny Cueto. He went to the White Sox. But yeah, I think you're right. I mean, I think it would be they'd eat it up with the Funko Pops and the Johnny Bobble Belly nights and the whatever they can get their hand action
Yeah,
figure.
they'll
What can we get
do
our hands
they'll
on?
do drone instead of firework Fridays. They'll do drone Fridays, but the drones will just make Johnny Cueto's head in the sky.
Yeah,
It's gonna.
yeah.
I'm excited to see how hard they're gonna sell it. It's gonna be Johnny Cueto night every Tuesday. Every Tuesday, he's gonna start. No matter if he's healthy, he's gonna be out there and he's gonna go say hi to fans. He's gonna do the whole media tour. Come, you know what? If you buy tickets, you might get to sit in the clubhouse next to Johnny. You can wear a Johnny Cueto jersey and pitch for Johnny in some of the games. That's what we got with this Johnny Cueto signing. And again, I want Johnny Cueto. I'm not bashing Johnny Cueto. I think he's an efficient pitcher at age 55. I think he can do his job and I think he can do it well. The issue is they're not doing it for baseball purposes. And it pisses me off.
So
How many of these non-baseball moves are the fans just gonna be, oh, it's okay. We're here to have fun. We have a bunch of prospects.
we don't have we
I
don't have
can't wait till 2035 when all these prospects are gone. We're in our seventh rebuild in the last 15 years. I can't wait.
that's
Johnny Cueto came back in the year 2023
that's the
to help
spirit.
us to our second consecutive 100-loss season. That'll be fun. I'm excited.
So Johnny Cueto again, not official or anything, but that was a interesting tidbit. I like starting with the Reds a little bit. It
Yeah,
gets the juices flowing a little
it
bit.
does.
Gets you
And while
going.
we're at it, we should trade India, right? That's
I
what I'm
think
hearing. That's what
I
I'm hearing on
don't
the streets.
I don't know. For the right price. You never
Yeah,
know.
I'm not going to call anybody out on that take, but we should trade him. I
Hmm.
think that's we. Why not get a couple more prospects, huh? What's a few more in the tank?
We could have like the best. We could have the best farm system if we trade all these
Oh,
good players.
100%. Oh, 100%. In fact, let's sell the team and we'll just be the Chattanooga Reds. Let's sell them. We'll go down to Chattanooga and we'll all have a grand time. Do they play the Bananas? Who plays the Bananas?
The party animals.
Okay, the
The
Party
party
Animals.
animals. Yeah.
I honestly, at this point, the Reds should just do the Bananas method. They should just put Joey Votto in tights and have him dance. That's what
But
this organization has been.
Little banana ball. You could play a role.
I know I could. I
Foul
know I
balls
could.
in the
I could play a
stands. You
role in
could
this year on this team next year. You don't
foul
think I could go
balls.
out? You don't think I could go out there and pitch Ian Jabot numbers? I can do it.
Well, you certainly look the part.
Yeah, I know I do. Um, you don't think I could go in 1/3 inning, get maybe a pop out and give up 17 runs? I could do it. They need warm bodies. I'm cheap. Ken
Cheap
Griffey's
labor.
still our third best, our third highest paid player.
Yeah. So that was uh that was
I can't.
talking
So I can't wait for you to clip some of that. That's going to be a
there
good clip.
there that was talking Reds. But
Yeah, that was fun.
we have a team that doesn't cause us heartbreak and depression right now. That would be the Bengals, who won again. They beat the Browns for the first time in seemingly 10 years, but what was it? 6 in a row. They won. Bengals have now won 5 in a row. They win 23-10. Um, Man, it was a good win. I mean, it was a nice win. It wasn't pretty, especially early on, but the offense got it rolling a little bit. They ran the ball pretty effectively. I thought, they all things considered, not Higgins and Boyd going down with injuries, and the offense still, I mean, did their part. And then defensively, I mean, I thought they were great. The key to the game, I said, would be stopping Nick Chubb, something they've really not done at all, seemingly the last couple of years. And he was 14 carries, 34 yards, and Deshaun Watson looked very rusty. So it was a nice, solid win over a team that we have that has owned us, which makes me feel a hell of a lot better now that we kind of got the monkey off our back, and now we're 9-4, and it would take a miracle for us to miss the playoffs. So vibes are pretty high on my end. I don't know. What do you think, Elliot?
Yeah, we played well. I don't think it was and I guess we can start. We can start with this. I don't know what was going on with the T Higgins thing. That's not great.
Yeah.
Um, T Higgins goes down with an injury on like one play, and he never comes back in the game. He was listed as questionable, never really ruled out. Tyler Boyd goes down with the hand thing. Was it a finger or a hand?
Yeah, his finger busted through his skin, I believe. So
Got it.
broken finger.
Um, but other than that, yeah, I mean, I thought Burrow kind of struggled a little bit, just because all of his players were gone. 54% completion, 239 yards, 2 touchdowns, a weird interception.
Yeah.
Joe Mixon was back and he was really good.
Mhm.
Samaje Perine is also really, really good. Our team is good, man. Our team is really good. After whatever week that was against I guess it was Cleveland. I thought the season was torched.
I did too.
Credit to them. We've done a pretty damn good job here. And by the way, the defense is outstanding. The defense has been good all year, but shutting Nick Chubb down like that, Deshaun Watson stinks and he's a criminal. But yeah, you agree or no?
I agree. I completely agree.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to see you disagree with that take.
I don't
See how far
disagree.
that gets you in media. Champ. Yeah.
No, I
Uh,
agree.
other other than that, other than that, it was a pretty good game. So 23-10, did our job. We'll go home. We're happy. We're on to Tampa Bay, who stinks.
Yeah.
They stink, Zach. Do we
Yeah.
have to? What's the status on Higgins and Boyd?
As far as I know on Boyd, he has been practicing, so he's been limited, but honestly, excuse me, I think that's pretty good news, all things considered. I was worried, maybe he's out a couple weeks just because it's kind of hard as a receiver without, if you have to wrap those up, it might not be easy to play with. As for Higgins, I think he's been practicing too in limited capacity. I think T Higgins, what happened, I think he might have kind of tweaked it in the pregame of that game, and he still, apparently he wasn't even supposed to be out there on the play he did play, but he went out there anyway. So fingers crossed that he's all right, and it was just kind of a tweak. But really another injury that I would say I'm concerned about is Trey Hendrickson. And Trey Hendrickson broke his wrist in that game. He's not going to be on IR. but apparently he's going to miss a couple weeks, which, I mean, all things considered, not a horrible time. If you're going to miss 2 games, you're facing two not tremendous offenses, and we are 9-4. These games, you still want to win. You still want to get the 1 seed, but um, it's not a terrible time. You would, in an ideal world, you would love to get him back if possible for the Bills game, but with playing the Bucs and the Patriots, I mean, these aren't, we're not talking about the air raids here, dropping 600 total yards and 50 points. So um, that wouldn't be one I'm a little bit concerned about, just like hoping he would be able to get back. And then who knows about Hayden Hurst? I thought he was maybe going to play this week. It doesn't look like he's ready yet, which that hurts too. I think that's another injury, that another guy that, man, has been a security blanket and has had a really good year. So hopefully you can get Boyd and Higgins back, or at least maybe one of the two, because it's hard when you only have Chase. And then, no disrespect to the other guys, because they've honestly stepped up and played well, but the offense just feels different when you have, like, if you just have even one of the two guys, I feel like we're better. So, yeah, Tampa. I mean, Tampa sucks, right? Like, we should be.
They're the worst team I've ever seen play football. Tom Brady, he's old. Congrats for leaving your wife there. I hope it was worth it, pal, because your team stinks. Out loud, it stinks. 7 points against San Francisco. The touchdown was garbage. So, yikes. Yikes.
Yeah.
Did Mike Evans have a catch that game?
Um,
I'm looking right now. Mike Evans. Oh, he did have a couple catches. Okay. He had 0 catches in the first half. Yeah. If we don't win this game, I would be pretty upset because they don't have a team and it's pretty disgusting. Our defense, I would imagine, would shut that down pretty fast. Their offensive line is worse than ours.
yeah.
Their defense is good, but generally good. I just don't see us losing this game, even with none of our guys. I mean, they're just bad. That's a bad team.
I actually do. I actually kind of agree with you. I think we're gonna win.
It'll be one of those. We'll finish with 16 points. They'll have 16-7 final
you think
score.
that low? You think that low scoring?
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to score. It's going to be a slog fest. It's going to be a grow, and it's what the Bengals pretty much have done all year. No, I mean, with decent teams, we beat them close. We beat them in a slugfest. So that's what this is going to be.
Yeah, I think. I mean, Tampa, they're 6-7. They just got dog walked by Brock Purdy, and then they needed their last 3 weeks. We can, like, they needed to. They got dog walked by Brock Purdy. They needed a miracle essentially on Monday night to beat the Saints.
Andy Dalton,
and then they lost to the Browns. So somehow they're still probably going to win that division too, which is pretty sad. I mean, yeah, I'm kind of with you. Like the 1 seed's still on the table. I know we've been talking. I don't think they're going to get the 1 seed, but still, it's there. And I think we're better than Tampa. I think Tampa has been pretty terrible. Like, I thought Tampa might. Oh, okay, they'll probably figure it out at some point. Nah, I think they're just not very good. I expect to win. I mean, I expect to go in and win. I think that's kind of where we're at with this team. Like, now we feel like we're one of the best teams in the league. So I go even on the road, doesn't matter. Like, we're playing a team I think we're better than, a team that hasn't been very good, especially offensively. I don't know. I feel like even with the injuries, I think this is a game we should go in and take care of business. And you're probably right. It's probably we're not going to score 30. I'd be a little bit surprised if we did anything like that. I don't know what the total is 44.5, so not too high.
Yep, that's going to be spoiler. That's going to be my pick. That's going to be my lock under in that game. I just don't. I mean, Tampa Bay is bad. That's all there is to say. They're bad. They're a bad football team.
Yeah, I mean, they have guys like defensively. They have some guys like Devin White's had a nice year. Levante David's been around forever. They can get after you a little bit. Vita Vea is going to be out, and he's really good up the middle. So I think that helps. And Antoine Winfield, I think, is going to play. He's a pretty good safety. So yeah, I'm just there. I mean, their offense, it's just not. I don't know. It's not great. Part of that's Brady. I think part of that is they don't. Their O line's terrible, and they haven't run the ball worth a damn this year. So I expect to win. I'm going to give my predict. I'm going to predict the Bengals win it. I'll say 20 to. Now I'll say 21 to 13. I'll say they win by 8. Pretty low scoring. Like you said. But I think it'll be. I think they'll control the. I think they're going to control this game. I think they're going to control this game. So
Yeah,
13.
I would have to agree. I don't think there's really much to even say about the game. I think it's going to be a bad game, boring game. I think, like Zach said, take care of business, and we're on to New England.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
So Merry Christmas. Anything from last week that stood out in terms of the whole NFL?
The whole NFL, I would say the Titans are a bad team. They're pretty
Yeah.
horrible. I mean, if there's a chance we can play them in the first round, I would love that very much. I don't think we could at this point because it would have to be.
Well, no, we very well could if as long as they win the division and we don't win the division.
That's what it is.
We
Okay,
would
so
be
then
the
we
number
could.
one, and we're the number one wild card, which is there would be a strong chance of that happening, I believe. Knock on wood. I think that's our likely opponent. No, it would be the 4 against. We would play them, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I
So
think.
the issue is, I do think we're going to win our division. The Ravens.
Hmm.
People have been calling the Bengals out for kind of being fraudulent. We win games close, slugfest most of the time. The Ravens shouldn't have any wins. That team, I don't know how they get wins. They play terrible games. They have no receivers. Every running back they have is injured usually. They have a good defense, and other than that, it's been bad. They beat bad teams in close games every single time. I don't know. It's going to come down to that last week, obviously. I would take us. So
I
I'd
just
bet against us to keep with the jinx, but
Yeah, let me say something real quick about the fraud. Like we're frauds or whatever. Like we're not one of the we're not even in the same stratosphere as like Kansas City because I've seen that and I listened to it on the radio too. I think Craig Carton was one of the guys that was saying that
yeah.
was the big clip that went around saying like there's no way
Isn't that wasn't that
there's
guy
no
in
way we
jail?
could make the Super Bowl. Yeah. There's no way we'd be in we could get back to the Super Bowl. We beat Kansas City 3 times. 3 times. We're not on their level. Like we're not in the same ballpark as Kansas City. We've beaten them 3 times in a calendar year. What do you have to do? We've won 5 in a row. We were in the Super Bowl last year. We're 9-4 this year. What is it gonna take? What does it take? Do we got to win the whole goddamn thing? And then last night I'm listening to what is it, Freddie and Fitzpatrick or whatever it is on ESPN.
Yeah.
I just had it on. I one of those guys. I don't know who it was. I think it was Freddie. I don't know. He's saying that we're not on their level. Some stupid for some stupid reason because Travis Kelce fumbled or whatever. If they don't get that fumble, want
I
us to
knew
do?
I knew
What do
that's where it was going.
what do you
I knew
want?
that's where it was going.
What do you want us to do? Do you want us to just let Travis Kelce score or like just let him like this is like what do we have to do? I think for some of these people, I think we have to win it all before, and then maybe they would start considering it. We're not. We've won 5 in a row. Give us our due. It's okay to say the Bengals are good. These aren't your grandpappy's Bengals. All right. It isn't. All right. You're gonna have to. You want to come. You want to come here in January? Fine. Have at it. But like I'm sick of like this. Now all of a sudden we got these. They're not that good. Bills are way better. The Bills are way better. It's a 2-horse race. Are you on crack? Come on. Give me a break. Give
I
me a
yeah,
break
I
with this
would
2-horse race. We've beaten the Chiefs how many times? How many times in a row do we have to beat the Chiefs? And I've said those games could have gone the other way, but guess what? They haven't. It's two. You could argue like the Chiefs and Bengals, I'd say they're probably pretty even. You're telling me one team's in a different stratosphere, and that's the team that has beaten the Bengals 0 times in three tries? Zero? Nah, no. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I would agree. The Bengals are, I would say, every bit of a contender as the Bills and the Chiefs, and we beat the Chiefs. All we do is beat the Chiefs. So, am I concerned when I play them? Yeah, they're a good team, but
Sure.
we're certainly as good as them. If we haven't proved that we're better than them in the 3 appearances in 1 year. So, yeah. Other than that, NFC Beast, they're probably all going to go to the playoffs. Congrats to them. I don't think
Even
the
the
Seahawks are that
Giants.
good.
You think the Giants make it?
Yeah. Well, it just depends on the Seahawks. So,
Yeah.
if the Seahawks lose tonight, I'd say yeah, they're gonna go. But other than that, yeah, NFL's fun right now. We'll see in the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, it's well, it goes to show you, like any given Sunday, like the Panthers are terrible. They beat the Seahawks. The Texans were a 17-point underdog, 17 and a half point underdog, and they almost won. They probably should have won that game in Dallas. So goes to show you anything's possible. The Lions were a favorite as a 5-8-7 football team against a 10-2 Vikings. They won the game. They were a favorite, and I thought there was no way they're going to win. The Vikings are going to win. How can the Lions be a favorite? And I was a fool. So,
Speaking of that, that should be a good segue. How did
sure.
we do last week in our picks?
Oh, I don't know how you did.
Oh yeah,
I went 1-2, I think.
go figure.
No, you had the Bengals. You went against the Bengals, right?
Well, yeah, I do it as a jinx, so that doesn't count. I don't. The other
That one
two,
lost.
the other two probably lost. We can pick them again if you want right now.
Sure. I got my picks ready. I'll write yours down so I can remember for next time.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I bet. I will go Chargers -2.5. I will do Bengals Buccaneers under 44. And I will do Cowboys -4 against the Jaguars.
Cowboys -4 against the hot Jags. You're going against the hot Jags who are playing
That's
inspired
correct.
football.
That's correct.
Yeah. Suit yourself. Um, I'm gonna take the Saints Falcons. I'm gonna take the under 43 and a half. Saints are terrible, awful. And the Falcons, it's I love Desmond Ritter, but he is he's making his first start, so that's going to be a challenge. I just like that to be a 17-14 type of game. I guess I'll take I don't really love this, but I guess I'll take the Eagles. A lot of points, but the Bears are woeful. Eagles have it rolling. So I will take Philly, who's 12-1, going to be 13-1 so long as they win that game. And they have not that hard of a schedule left after that. So, and then last pick, I'll take the Jets at home against the hot Lions. I don't know. They got to win, right? Like the Jets have to win. Season's on the line. It's at home. I guess I don't know who's playing quarterback. Is it Mike
We don't
White?
know. We don't know. It's not. I don't think it's Mike White. He's hurt. But they said they said Wilson's number 2 as of right now. So I think it's Flacco.
Oh, goody, Zach Wilson. All right. I'll stick with the Jets. I'll stick with the Jets -0.5. So those are our picks. I'll be sure to add those up for next week.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. We're at the point of the show. Anything on your mind? Anything you want to talk about? Anything?
Nope.
It can be anything. Reds, Bengals,
Nope. I got nothing.
FC Cincy, the Ohio State Bearcats, Kentucky, whatever you want.
That was just the whole jingle for Rally House. That's what you just did just then.
Well, I mean, those are the local sports teams. You got any?
That was the whole jingle. Red, Cincy, FC, Cincy, something, Kentucky. Rally House. Got it?
Sponsor us. Why not? No, nothing.
No, I got nothing. That's it. That's the show.
That's it. That's the show. We appreciate everybody listening. This bad boy will be on YouTube as well. So subscribe, follow us on Twitter at RallyPod. Yeah, follow Elliot on Twitter at eTrain513.
Mhm. Yeah,
And
good plug.
you can hear his shenanigans as well
Good plug.
on ESPN 1530 and often 700 WLW.
Wow. What's
And
going
then,
on with this? What is this? What are we
well,
plugging?
we were plugging everything.
All right, go ahead, plug. Continue.
Plug. And
Sorry.
also, you can follow me at Freezy27. And then you can also stay tuned. Elliot's got a feature film coming out in the
Oh,
next week. So get ready for that as well.
yeah, get ready for it.
That'll be plugged as well. So appreciate you guys and love you guys.